What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again for another BFR. If I have to do any stoppages during this, my apologies. Currently a bit ill, and so yeah, about being ill, that happened. I'm at water here now because I don't want to have that happen again. But I have a BFR to go over still, so I need to get the video out. So game 22 versus the Edmonton Oilers at 8:30 p.m. on November 30th. It was on TNT, so it was nationally televised. It had Kenny Albert and Eddie Olczyk doing the game, so that was cool. Always nice to see them doing the game, my favorite duo. Or at least Kenny Albert's my favorite announcer in the NHL. And he's not even a majority NHL. So, Taves and Kane were on the same line. Buffalo and Detroit ran late, so I missed about the first minute of the game, but nothing much happened. Taves ties Bobby Hull in games played at 1,036. And Edmonton also wins 5-4. Narrowly, though, it was a close call for the Oilers. They nearly did the same thing Buffalo did in their game against Detroit, which I watched the entirety of. So, Buffalo was up 4-1 going into the third against Detroit, and they lost that lead in about around halfway through the third. They go to the shootout. Jack Quinn gets the winner. Fantastic goal by him, but he gets Buffalo the 2 points. Detroit gets a bonus point that Buffalo really didn't need to give out for them to get back into the game. So yeah, Edmonton wins 5-4. The Hawks go to 6-12-4. Shots are 41-25 Edmonton. Hits are 21-14 Chicago. Faceoffs are 39-25 Chicago. On the power play, Edmonton goes 0-4. Chicago goes 2-6. Soderblom saves 36 out of 41, and Skinner saves 21 out of 25. Let's get into the first, but hold on one moment. Sorry about that once again, guys. Let's go on to the first. So at 19:14, in that 1 minute I missed, I lied and I said nothing much happened. Edmonton penalty to Puljujärvi for hooking, which would be killed. Atwhistle had a chance blocked by the Now I'm Watching. Jack Johnson had a slapper denied. Scramble with Soderblom down. Hyman post. Second chance missed. Kurashev deflection was denied. McDavid denied. Hits post and then saved. And the post was... Edmonton could have been up 3-0 in the first 10 minutes. The post was this team's kryptonite tonight. And also Jack Johnson, I think he was the best player on the ice for the Hawks in this game. Jack Johnson was superb in this game. 5:57, Chicago penalty to McCabe for slashing, which I thought was an awful call, as Hyman, that's a different thing, as he'd even touch that, he never even touched whoever it was. I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been Cece. Hyman chance was denied. Hyman was denied again, and then at 5:11, it's an Edmonton power play goal one-timer. After Soderblom made an excellent save on Hyman, he's down, and then Hyman goes behind Seth Jones and shoves him into... It wasn't a very big hit. Seth Jones was a little off balance, but he shoves him into Soderblom, who can't get up and play his position. So it's a power play one-timer goal from Zach Hyman. However, the Hawks challenge for goaltender interference, and it would come back as no goal. So it is still 0-0. Where we go to the second period, which I couldn't believe the Hawks made it out of the first alive. 19:06, though, Edmonton puts that away real quick, as it's a one-timer goal from Leon Draisaitl, his 14th of the season from Nurse and Kulak. In almost every single goal Edmonton scored was off like this. It was be either on a rush of 2-on-1 or just someone sniping it right by on the same position every time. Draisaitl had a one-timer from the same spot every time, kind of like Ovechkin, and it just kept going in. So that's his 14th of the season from Nurse and Kulak to make it 1-0. Troy Murray was in the booth to start the second. So he's one of the Blackhawks announcers, so it was cool to see him in there. Old teammate of Eddie Olczyk. And then at 16:17, it's a Chicago penalty to Entwistle for tripping, which would be killed. McDavid with Soderblom down had a wide open net, and he hit the post. I couldn't believe McDavid missed that. For a player of his caliber, he could have had 4 goals tonight. Let's be honest. Soderblom made a good save, and then at 10:12, Edmonton doubles their lead with a one-timer goal from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, his 10th of the year from Puljujärvi and Janmark to make it 2-0. Hawks were finally starting to get some offense after that. Skinner made a good save on a deflection, and then at 4:02, it's a Chicago penalty. At 5:27, it's a Chicago deflection goal from Boris Tkachuk, his first of the season, from Jack Johnson and Entwistle. Johnson kind of just threw it out in front and literally skimmed this much of it, the puck. Hit Boris Tkachuk's pants, and it goes right past Skinner. So it's a 2-1 game. At 4:02, then, it's a Chicago penalty to Seth Jones for holding, which was another awful call, but it would be killed. Hyman post, Nurse post on consecutive chances. Then at 3:59, it's an Edmonton penalty to Nugent-Hopkins for tripping, which was a grand 3 seconds after that Seth Jones penalty. And that's for tripping. It would be killed, as at 1:57, it's a 4-on-3 or 4-on-4 at 1:57. So those 3 seconds the Hawks would get for the power play, that was one of their power plays, was 3 seconds. And same for Edmonton. They would both be killed off. Hawks pressure, Dickinson hits the crossbar, and at 1:39, it's an Edmonton penalty. 20 seconds after he got out of the box for his first one. Wouldn't be the last either. It's Nugent Hopkins again, this time for slashing. Jack Johnson had a big hit after a wide shot. And we go to the third, where the Hawks start with 21 seconds of power play time. One moment. Sorry about that. 18:42, that's a minute and 18 seconds into the third. It's an Edmonton 2-on-1 goal, this time from Connor McDavid. 18th of the year from Draisaitl and Kulak, who had a pretty good game to make it 3-1. Then at 16:30, it's a Chicago penalty to Murphy for removing the opponent's helmet. Which would be killed, but that was interesting. Sorry about that. It would be killed, but that was a strange penalty to get. McCabe then robs Draisaitl with a diving block. McCabe saved that one, absolutely. Then at exactly 10 minutes, it's an Edmonton 2-on-1 goal from Matthias Janmark, the former Blackhawk, his first of the season from Nugent Hopkins. Only his first of the season, I was surprised by. From Nugent Hopkins and Bouchard, which makes it 4-1. And right after that, Hyman's denied and Jack Johnson's denied. Realize how there's exactly 10 minutes left in the third. This is where the wheels start to come off for Edmonton. Puljujärvi had a big hit on Caleb Jones. And then at 8:26, it's an Edmonton penalty to Bouchard for holding the stick. It would be not killed as a Kane to Jones is denied. And at 7:23, it's a Chicago power play goal to Max Domi, his 6th of the year, to make it 4-2. And either I just didn't write any assist or it was unassisted. One moment. Actually, no, never mind. It doesn't matter. Domi gets the goal. I didn't write any assist down because I'm pretty sure it was unassisted because it was off the face-off, I believe. Well, one moment. Yes, it would be unassisted. So, moving on. Then, 19 seconds later. Sorry about that one again, guys. So yeah, Domi gets the unassisted goal, and then 19 seconds later, after Blackwell had a good hit on Nurse at 7:04, it's a Chicago goal to Mackenzie Entwistle, his first of the season, from Reese Johnson to make it 4-3. And all of a sudden, we have a game. And at 4:39, then there's an Edmonton 2-on-1 one-timer goal from Leon Draisaitl, his 2nd of the game, his 15th of the season from McDavid and Hyman, as makes it 5-3 and kind of puts any hope of comeback out of the Blackhawks' minds. However, Hyman gets stopped, and there was a loud F word screamed, but I couldn't tell by who it was at the goal. And then, right after Hyman was stopped, at 4:35, after 4 seconds after the goal, it's a penalty once again to Nugent Hopkins, his 3rd penalty of the game, and it's a double minor for high sticking as Reese Johnson has blood on his face. And so Nugent Hopkins had 8 penalty minutes tonight, and it was getting scrummy after that. Domi was denied on a one-timer. The first minute of the power play looked to go to that 4 minutes. And then Derek Ryan had a shorthanded break, which would be gloved by Soderblom. Ceci takes a puck to the face. Then there's a fantastic pass by Kane. I was running out of space. I'm trying to be careful what I say. So it was a fantastic pass by Kane. He's going the other way. He just throws it back behind him. And who's right there at 1:11? It's a Chicago one-timer goal from Max Domi, who has to kind of dive, but he gets it. His 7th of the season from Kane to make it 5-4. And once again, with 1 minute and 11 seconds left, the Hawks have a chance to tie it. And it was a boneheaded play by Ceci. He kind of took it right in front of the net. Kane took it, threw it right behind him. Domi's there. Draisaitl on a narrow miss. Soderblom was pulled at 45 seconds. I don't know why he wasn't pulled before that. That was something I didn't understand. Or Soderblom was pulled at 1:16, so they did that with the extra attacker. I don't know why they didn't pull him before that, but who knows. The Hawks call a timeout then at 1:16 as well. That led to the goal. I'm careful. I'm sorry. I'm just missing things right now. Not all there. So Soderblom pulled again at 45 seconds. Domi gives his all to stop a Hyman empty net, which leads the Hawks to going down the ice. Where Kane is behind the net, everyone's watching him. He just throws out in front to Radish. Not Jack Campbell. Stuart Skinner saves the game with a great save on Radish with 13.9 seconds to go. And Edmonton holds on to win, and Radish simply shot on the wrong spot. If he shot a little bit more to the right, that's in the net. Kind of shoots it a little closer to Skinner than he would have hoped. And that ends the game as the Hawks lose 5-4. And they've lost now 8 in a row, which I am fully behind as they are now last here. And they're only 2 points ahead of Anaheim. Going hard for Bedard is still the goal here. And there's two other things, well, one other thing, which could be considered two other things I'd like to say. Well, two of my special gifts have arrived. They are behind this whiteboard, and I'm not gonna wear them. I'm not gonna show them off now. I'll show them in a non-Blackhawks related video, as this it wouldn't be an appropriate setting, as it's kind of just a BFR place where I just release this stuff. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to what's coming from behind the whiteboard, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.